What is good, y'all? Podcast episode 128. It's Monday. Monday the 9th. Yeah, man. March 9th. Here we go. Back at it. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Ours was pretty cool, man. My sister just bought a new house, so went to go check that out on Friday and went out to eat with them, and then Saturday wifey and I went to Indianapolis for a concert and had us a good little time. That's time change is pretty crazy. Daylight savings, I believe. So we lost an hour, sprang forward. It's all good, baby. Can't control it. Just gotta keep going. Work around it. But yeah, man, hope everyone had a good weekend. I got a new song dropping this Friday, Law of Attraction, featuring my brother, Emac Made It. It's one of my favorite songs we've ever done. He's got a verse on it, which is really cool. I'm super excited about it. I love the cover art we made. And yeah, man, we're preparing for a pretty heavy month for releases. Just trying to get this album completed. We got one more song to go. And then we're done completely, baby. So it's been a wild ride, I'll say that. This one's been a longer project for us, but I feel like the more beautiful the project is, the longer it's gonna take, because you gotta grow it, man. You gotta grow. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gotta blossom into something beautiful, And I just hope that it is just that for everybody else. I hope that it hits the same way that it hits me, for everybody else. And we'll see what happens, baby. We'll see what happens. Man, one thing that's been on my mind heavy is just this overall sense of like worldly fear right now. These rumors of like war and chaos and all this other shit. And I feel like people are scared right now. They don't really know what to expect. They don't know how to handle the unknown. And it's scary, man, especially when you got family, you got little kids. It's scary not knowing what's going to happen. But at the same time, you don't necessarily want to be, or maybe you do, but I know I don't. I don't want to be that person that carries around fear and projects that onto other people. People that I love, people that I'm around every day. You become like the people you are around. So, if that's the case, then I don't want to be the guy that just gets everybody scared all the time. Just because I'm scared. And, I just finished the Bible. The first time ever reading the Bible all the way through. And, the overall theme, or one of the overall themes that I saw a lot, it's just this theme of like, do not fear, do not fear, do not fear. Even when there's rumors of war, rumors of battles, do not fear. And I just feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't want to be the guy that scares everybody. I want to be the guy that people can turn to to find peace, to find love, and to just find a little bit of comfort in their day. You know, the world is a scary place. So I don't want to add on to that, the worldly fears, just because I'm living scared. You know, I don't want to live in fear. It's easy. It's too easy to live in fear. And when things come easy, you don't appreciate it. You know, the way that you would when things come a little bit more difficult. It takes a little bit of discipline. You know, it takes discipline to have peace of mind. But that's why it's so beautiful. And that's why people are attracted to it and want to be around it. So if I can instill a little bit of discipline into my life, into my family, into my mind, a little bit of discipline with just focusing on peace and not being scared, that's what I'm going to do, baby. You know? And I hope my music portrays that as well. I know I have some songs out there that deal with anxiety and depression and everything, but you know, I hope that you could tell that it comes from a place of just a place of love, you know. Sometimes we gotta face our darkness, but that's the only way that we can bring light to it and give love to it. We gotta face it. And it's really cool, man, because now I feel like you're starting to see a lot of really dope artists kind of do that same thing, just really turning into love and light and God and peace and freedom, you know. I think everybody's sick and tired of the darkness. People's tired of being scared all the damn time, you know, because the world wants us to live scared. Because when you're scared, you can't make a rational decision. When you're scared, you're not thinking clearly. When you're scared, you're reacting. Instead of being proactive, you're being reactive. You know, and if you think about it in sports terms, you know, the team that stays calm and is proactive, they're already prepared. Those are the best teams, you know. And I'm sorry this is kind of heavy already this morning, but you know, this has been on my mind a lot. You know, you got these rumors of war in Iran, and who knows if it's even rumors at this point, but you got all this shit that you have to worry about. You got, you know, these nasty ass celebrities eating kids, these pedophiles everywhere. It's fucking disgusting. But the world wants you to dwell on that. The world wants you, and I'm not saying, you know, take your eyes off the victims or anything like that. What I am saying is the world wants you to focus on that, hyper focus on this shit. And I guess I'm just a believer that God will be the judge of all this stuff. You know, it's out of my control. I can't do anything about it. I can play my part. I can control my part, but I can't control what's going on 3 countries over. You know, I just can't. And I just feel like, you know, maybe I'm naive to some. I just have faith that my God will be the judge when all is said and done. And that gives me peace, you know? It gives me peace knowing that I don't have to be the one to control it. I'm not trying to get out of responsibility, because I do have a responsibility to control what I can control. And what I can't control is, am I a vessel of fear, doubt, hate, darkness, or am I a vessel of love, peace, light, and safety for the people around me? You know, I always want to err on the side of good. You know, I want to make sure my heart's clean, my mind's clean, so I'm thinking pure. I'm making healthy decisions for the people around me, not just my family, not just my close friends, but the people I'm coming in contact with. You know, people at the gym, people in the store, people at work. I want to make sure that they can feel the presence of God when they talk to me, or when they interact with me. They know that there's something different than what the world is given. There's something different about that guy. And maybe it'll start some sort of chain reaction where that person opens up themselves and starts to pour in a little bit of light and love. You know, I keep going back to, the world wants you to live scared. The world is a scary place. But at the same time, we can't let this fear overtake us. We can't let the fear, you know, consume our light. You know, my light might not be the biggest. My light might not be the brightest. But I will do what I can to make sure that it shines, even if it's dim, you know, because there might be somebody out there that's scared, that sees my light, and it just gives them a little bit of comfort, a little bit of peace. So we gotta shine our light in a world full of fear and anger and hate. Be a light in a world full of darkness. So, like I said, man, I know this one's heavy, but this one's been on my mind. With one cool thing about this daylight savings time, man, we get an extra hour of sunlight at the end of the night, which is pretty cool, man. You know, I don't like going to bed and I don't like coming home and it's dark. You know, you get home about 6 o'clock and it's dark, you know. I like coming home, it's, you know, 8, 9 o'clock, it starts to get dark. So we just control what we can control, you know. Can't control it all, but we can control our actions and our attitude. And we can be a light in a world full of darkness. So, much love, man. I hope you guys have a good week. Podcast 128. It's pretty crazy. We're already almost into the 130s. But yeah, man. Go check out my new song dropping this Friday, Law of Attraction, featuring EMAC Made It. And of course, we got the new album coming very, very soon. So much love. We'll talk soon. You guys have a good day. Peace.